Hi, this is Ron Janish, going to give you a little bit of history and a nice update on what appears to be going on in the market, and even show you where you can find a system at no cost that for the last 80 years has done nothing but make money, hasn't had a losing trade, right? For the last 80 years or so. So let's take a look first of all of what's going on here. This is a great big old chart of the Dow Jones Industrials. Okay, let's remove some lines here. Notice that over here prices went up to this green line, and if you read the article in the January issue of Stocks and Commodities, you'd understand what's going on here and why I considered this an important top point. And if you draw similar lines in the NASDAQ, you'll find the same green line being the line to watch. Market geometry, for some reason, seems to work rather well. Let's take a look at what this looks like on a daily basis. Here we go. So you see how prices went up to this line once, tested it, and tried again, couldn't get beyond it, right? Even though it made a higher high, this was a tad higher than this point here. Okay, so when something like this happens, it effectively validates what's going on here, and down we go. So this here was the tippy top top, and what happened after that? Well, as you know, prices went up and down and up and down. See if we can see this on a better basis. There we go. Let's see what happens if I do a clone line. There we go. So what happened was prices went down over here to number one, right? Just beautifully. And there's your first reaction line. And prices came up again to try to test the highs and made an ABC in Elliott terms. Okay, now one of the things we know about ABC patterns, at a pivot 2, if this is a 0 and this is a 1 and this is a 2 and then down we go, what we know about this pattern over here is that especially towards the end, the market will respond in a way that's like, hey, don't worry, be happy, we're going up forever. Okay, and if you notice, especially in the hours and days before the Brexit vote, this is really what the market showed. Now, there's some other things that were going on that you'd only really notice if you understood the Andrews techniques. Let's go to daily. Okay, so we had the market. This is the Dow Jones chart, and the market made a move down to here, and we published our standard, hey, wow, up we go signal. This is an easy one, and so it went up to here, and when it went up to here and stopped dead cold, it did so at a reversal point that is typical for the end of a correction. In other words, if this is a down move to a 1, this is an up move to a 2, this is a typical correction end. Now notice the high here, 18016, and notice the high here, 18011.07. So this high here was a tad higher. And as I explained, as prices were going down here, if this is to work as the end of the correction, then prices wouldn't go higher than here. And they didn't during the daytime. They did, however, go wacko up a little more during the aftermarket hours. And then the next day, well, the next day is right here. That's today. So what's next here? If you notice some noise in the background, that's what happens when you live in a neighborhood where people have gardeners that have equipment that makes noise. Okay, so what's next here are your typical Babson lines are in use, and you typically will get a third wave down. So if this is a zero, since this is a C end of a C wave, 0, 1, 2, some kind of a third wave down. And your next target is this line over here. Let's get rid of these, the big green line on top here. Okay. So your next target is this line over here, because what you have in play right now is what I call the Babson profit ladder, where prices kind of step down nice and slowly and stuff like that. Now, this is no reason to panic. There are lots of opportunities to invest in things that are going up. There are some people, let me see if this works. No, that's not it. Sometimes I gotta prepare better for what I'm about to say. Let's go back to the Dow chart. Okay. So there are some sectors that people believe will continue to go up even if the stock market goes down. And one of them includes water and water and things connected with that. Another one is Northrop Grumman, for example. If you look at this one here for the last few years, it's just been up, 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 up. And there are some people that believe that this stock is unbreakable and will keep on going up regardless. I'm not as eager to say that at this point in time. What I think will happen is I think these go up forever stocks, like beautifully and fantastically, like this one here, that the ones that have gone up a good while and will continue to go up eventually, they will give you an incredible opportunity to buy. They will probably come down with the general market, because remember, as the water goes down, all boats come lower effectively. And so they will come down with the general market more than likely. And that's just the way it is. Now, these will give incredible opportunities to people who have cash sitting on the sidelines. As prices come down, what we're going to do is we're going to keep an eye on how they respond to these lines here. And there is a good possibility that price could eventually go down much lower than these lines. Than this line here, for example. This is our next target line, which is in the 16,000 area in the Dow. So it's real possible that price could come down here. Okay. So anyway, when the market finally does reach its final bottoming point for this year or next year, there will be opportunities that once again are unbelievable. And so I encourage you to consider that this is something that may happen. And you know, if you feel you must have one or two stocks in your portfolio that are not going down right now, then perhaps consider a little bit of investment in something like this one here, which makes money on the stock market going down. Okay. 1857. Let's take a look. Okay. This one made a new low yesterday. Interestingly enough, while the Dow did not. So anyway, if the Dow does go down considerably, then stocks like this will more than likely be significantly higher. And these have inherent risks that you really need to understand when you consider these kind of stocks. Anyhow, so I'm Ron Janish. I'm with andrewscourse.com. I encourage you to take a look at what some of our students are doing. And just go to click on Andrew's Pitchfork, and that takes you over to the Babson site. And you go over here and let's take a look. Okay. So this particular one here is looking to make back everything he's paid for the course and then some. And he started this account was started up 4 days ago. Not bad. So anyway, I encourage you to go to andrewscourse.com or go to andrewspitchfork.com and take a look around and uh, at what we have to offer. Okay. Thank you for your time. Bye.